Nice to meet you, ladies and gentlemen. I am an elementary student from Ganam-cho등학교, and I am Munyoung-kang. And today's explanation, I will be 대장금 for your tour. And this is Changgyeonggong Palace. And I am the first generation of the Korean drama sensation. And without if I didn't existed, there may be no Squid Game and Parasite. And the Changgyeonggong Palace is the background of many Korean historical dramas. So I will explain about Changgyeonggong Palace related to Korean drama stories. And this is Honghamun Gate, the main gate of the Changgyeonggong Palace. This is one of the oldest building remain in palace. It is this picture, the appearance of it is made 400 years ago. And during the King Yeongjo and Jeongjo's period, they used this area in front of the gate to communicate with the people. And this is the throne hall, Myeongjeongjeon Hall. It is also one of the oldest remaining palace hall too. And it is the national treasure. And compared to other palaces, it is smaller than the other palaces' throne hall, because Changgyeonggong Palace was a secondary palace which was only used for some times. And now we will go to another hall, but buildings that we saw until now are all located in an outer palace, which is an official area that people, like officials, could enter. And now we are moving to the inner palace, which is a private area for the royal families. This is a Gyeongchunjeon Hall, where many queens and queen mothers stayed. So there are many stories related to queens, and I want to introduce some of the most famous stories in here. The most famous story here is, I think, Queen In-hyun and the Lady Jang story. You must have heard about Lady Jang, right? And Lady Jang is very famous. Like hundreds of dramas about her are viewed. And I want to introduce their story. First, Queen In-hyun became a wife of Sukjong, the king in the 17th century, but Lady Jang became a concubine. So Lady Jang became a queen, and Queen In-hyun was kicked out from the palace. But several years later, king got sick of Lady Jang, and she called Queen In-hyun back to the palace. So situation was reversed. And at the end, Queen In-hyun passed away with the disease, but Lady Jang got suspected by the king that she might have cursed the Queen In-hyun. And as the evidences were revealed, Lady Jang was ordered to get deadly poison. And there's another story in here, which is a story of the King Jeongjo. He is a great king, and in my opinion, maybe he's like the almost greatest king in Joseon dynasty's history. And I want to talk about his family story, but I don't have enough time to talk about it. So later, if I have a chance, maybe I can talk about later. And here I want to talk about his father's dream. Before he was born, his father dreamed of dragon, which symbolizes power, richness, and king. So his father drew a dragon inside this pavilion. But the picture does not exist nowadays. And this is Hwanggyongjeon Hall, where my story, the Daejanggeum story, comes out. And Daejanggeum was a very talented doctor, and she was the first woman to become a king's main doctor. So his story is written in Annals of the Joseon Dynasty, a recording about the Joseon Dynasty's kings. And Daejanggeum's drama was very famous. So in other countries, people say there was no crimes at the viewing aired time. So This is end of my explanation, and it was pleasure to meet you all. And I wish that my explanation helped you to understand more about Korean culture. Thank you.